Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you just a normal weekly what I have been warming roundup, and I have lots of things to discuss here on the table. I hope that you all are having a wonderful end to your January, so let's just dive right on in. The first thing I wanted to show you guys though was that I just bought this sweater at Target, and you don't realize until you're on camera that the differences in the sleeves, which looks perfectly fine when you can see the whole sweater, is kind of funny because there's more salmon here and there's more salmon down there. So anyway, that's just me being a little bit of a detail conscious freak, I guess. But let's get started with actually the scent of the month for February. So this is Pink Cotton, and if you did not watch my review video on both the warmer and the scent, that is already up. And I will say people have wondered on Instagram, how is the performance of the actual twine to unwind warmer? It is good throw. It has a glass cylinder with a little dish. I would say it's about the same as the Aziza, and I've mostly been melting the pink coconut in that warmer, and then I gave it to my younger daughter to put in her bedroom, which is small, and it's been doing a great job filling her room. So maybe it's not quite up to the standards of my favorite alabaster up there, but it's good. So I wouldn't worry about it being a failure, and it's beautiful and makes a great nightlight. So on to the actual scent. The pink coconut is a very unique scent. I have never smelled anything like this from Scentsy, and I would love to know other people who have already gotten a whiff of this. Do you get more coconut and raspberry and vanilla? Because what I'm getting more than anything else is that pink clay that's in the notes. To me, it's very earthy. It's earthy with some sweetness. Do I like it? Yes. Is it coconutty and sweet? No, it's not. I mean, it has a sweetness. I said it was kind of like pink haze, but it's like a very earthy version with that clay. And the longer that I warm this, the more I get that clay note. So if you're looking for something that's more spa, this is a fantastic smell. So it's a gentle, warm, rich, rounded spa scent. But if you're looking for something that's edible and foodie, I don't get that out of this. I really don't. But is it nice? Yes. Is it relaxing? Yes. Am I going to warm more of it happily? Yes. But the longer that it goes in my warmers, toward the end, I think I would take this out sooner than maybe some of my other smells because it gets a lot of that clay. All right, now, one of the first things that I warmed this week as a scent pairing was French lavender, which I have in my club until I know it's coming back, and Vitamin R Relax. Oh, is this nice? I love Vitamin R. It's just so, so good. And I know that I talked about this last week, and I'm hoping that I'm not actually repeating this combo because I got things mixed up, some clamshells mixed up in my bin, so forgive me if I'm talking about it twice, but this was just all over the house, and I absolutely loved it. So it has definitely got vanilla, it's got bergamot, and I think that it has, what is the last note? There's always a note in here that escapes me, but it's just phenomenal. Warm, rich, simple, and soothing. And then the French lavender is just that. It's just French lavender, and it had this in all the back rooms, and it was clean and really good with the Vitamin R. So it was just, it was good. And I think that I was doing some French lavender as I was also trying to figure out what sort of scent notes are truly in the pink coconut. So it was an interesting day. It was good. It wasn't something that maybe I'll reach for again as the combination. I will need to figure out what I want to pair with the pink coconut. I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge for me. All right, another day I wanted to melt some more of the beautiful apple press, and this time I kind of wanted it to go more bakery. Apple press itself is probably my favorite simple apple scent that Scentsy's ever made. So it has rose, it has pear, and it has apple, and it's good and strong, very, very nice, but I wanted to bakery it up, so in alternating warmers, I used salted caramel toffee. So it kind of gave you a caramel apple craze, but softer sort of a combo. It's really, really nice. So the salted caramel toffee is just that, the straightforward salted toffee with some caramel. It's not as deep as, say, Toffee Butter Crunch, which is my personal fave, but this one's a little bit more versatile, and it was just really, really nice with apple press. Another day I was still evaluating Crumb Top, and I think I did this both out here and maybe in my bedroom for the last couple of cubes. I did switch this from my bi-monthly club to my quarterly club, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in the long run. As I am melting this, I'm getting a little bit of a bitter smell that once in a blue moon I get from bakery bars. So I've got one more bar. I'm definitely going to get through that. And like I said, I moved it into my quarterly. I don't want to just not have this, but it is not, as I'm melting it, performing as highly for me as oats and honey. So I don't know if this one's going to be a long-term keeper for me. Then there was a day where I was looking at fall winter bars for clubbing as we get into February. So I've pulled out a couple of things here that I might not have done in January, except I wanted to evaluate. One of them is the beautiful pumpkin chai. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Oh, it's so good. So in the clam, this always has this milk note that I do not like, but as soon as you warm it, it just burns right off and you get this smooth, sweet chai with pumpkin. And it's mostly just like a chai latte. The pumpkin just kind of makes it less sharp than, say, your cozy chai, which I also melted this week to compare. This is going in my club absolutely for sure. Another day, I wanted to go kind of outside of my normal melting, so I did black currant and plum, which is from our new releases. I have not talked about it much at all because I melted that very first bar early in the fall when we got, it would have been late summer actually, and then finished it up early fall just to evaluate our like new season sales kit bar. But this is a bar that I had tucked away for a couple months to kind of let it sort itself out, and then I tried it this week. I was very impressed. This is very tailored. It has really good plum note, a little bit of currant, and a deep, almost like an ebony wood in the background. I absolutely loved it. Not going to club it because it's not something I'll reach for in the summer, but being a new release, I'll be happy to see this back next fall, winter. They almost always bring back all the new releases. And it was just elegant. And most of our bars, I'll use the word elegant to describe them from my own personal taste, but this one, I think anyone would say that that is how this bar reads. It's medium, tailored, just nice, sharp, very, very good smell. So I have one more bar of that coming that I'm going to tuck away. And I did pair that with our classic black raspberry vanilla. And so the black raspberry vanilla took that little sharp edge off of the black currant and plum. Because this is, I know Luna is the most popular seller in the US, like within the last year of all the products and things, but I think Black Raspberry Vanilla continues to be sort of our number one classic hit. Everybody loves this, and I can see why, because if you like fruit, it's got the black raspberry. If you like more of a floral thing, or you like a bakery, it's got the vanilla. And I mean, almost anyone would enjoy this. It is my dog trainer's favorite scent, and it is just relaxing. Fills your house with just enough, like just a little bit over medium, that you enjoy having it there, but it's not obnoxious and you never get tired of it. So that one was really good, paired in alternate warmers with the black currant and plum. All right, another day, my daughter had done a mix of 2 bars in her bedroom. She took 1 cube of vanilla bourbon, which is like her bar that's in the club. I keep trying to talk her out of it, but no, she wants it to stay. 1 cube to 1 cube with the wonderful rum raisin cookie. Now, I started to tease her because I said, okay, so we've got bourbon and we've got rum. What are you telling me here? You know, she just chuckled. But these two are very good together. I did it today in my room out here, and I will say at first, I think it kind of brought out a sharpness that I wasn't sure if I liked, but that burned off pretty quick. And so the vanilla bourbon is sort of not really all there all by itself for me in an open space, but with the rum raisin cookie, it just created a more rich, more complex scent. I still got more of the rum raisin, but it did change it a little bit. It kind of took the oatmeal note out, if you want to know the truth. And not that I even need that with rum raisin cookie, but it was a nice mix. So if you've got vanilla bourbon and you're not sure what to do with it, that's not a bad option. And then in warmers in the back room, oh, I'm doing good old sticky cinnamon bun, and I love this bar. This bar just makes me happy. It's wonderful, sweet bakery cinnamon with vanilla. And it's more rich. It's definitely more bakery than plain old cinnamon vanilla, which is another bar that I'm hoping will return for spring, summer. I think cinnamon vanilla, the classic bar, is a little bit longer, stronger performer in like getting more vanilla out of it, but sticky cinnamon bun is just so sweet. It's got a gooey, sweet, cinnamony vanilla quality, and it really, really just satisfies my desire for a bakery cinnamon, and I am so happy that this is in my bi-monthly club. I really have enjoyed it this month. Another day I was evaluating a bar that's in my bi-monthly, and that is Southern Evening. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. It is so good. So I put that out here, I think, on Sunday. And it's sweet, it's deep, it's complex, it's all sorts of different notes. It's got fruit, it is so unique. And it just made the house smell homey and complex and warm and a little bit mysterious all day long, and it was fantastic. I had 2 cubes, just random cubes left of this clam of frosted vanilla. Stuck this in the kitchen, last 2 cubes, like all the way down at the bottom, on top of my refrigerator and my stone leaf warmer. Fantastic performance. Oh, I got all the notes, and that is why this is probably the #1 standout bar for more people than not when it comes to our new releases. It's amazing. So it's got the smoky birch, and it's got the vanilla, and it's got a little bit of mint, and it is just fantastic. So I have a couple bars of that. I'm not going to melt that over the summer. I'm sure it will return next fall. I'm not going to club it, but it's fabulous. Okay, another day I really went full fall bakery, which is kind of funny in January, but I was craving graham cracker crunch, which is so good. I've got 2 full bars downstairs plus this half bar, which will probably get me through the summer. There's no guarantee this will come back next fall, but I really don't think it's not going to show up. Everybody loves it. So it's graham cracker, it's vanilla, and it's peanut butter, but it's just a great caramelized blended bakery scent. It's got enough depth to be satisfying, but it's not so heavy that it will offend people. It's so good. So I had that in alternate warmers with the beautiful pumpkin cinnamon swirl, which is another one that I'm not going to club, but I am ordering bars and bars of it, so I get a stack. And this is sweet, smooth pumpkin. Doing this, and then the next day, or even later in the day, I'm not sure, doing pumpkin chai. This one is far more smooth and bakery with a lot more of like a frosting note, and the pumpkin isn't really all that predominant. It's just a beautiful fall bakery, gooey, wonderful smell. So good. And then the pumpkin chai is a lot more in your face with the pumpkin and with all that spice. So this one, even though I absolutely love it, the pumpkin chai is more important to me, and the number of things that are going in my club, this one's just going to have to get a stack, and I'm going to cross my fingers. So I don't really know what else I was pairing with this, but there was a day where I wanted Welcome Home, which for me is rare. I know that I have some other YouTuber friends that this is really their favorite spice scent. I don't mind it, but this is one that just once in a blue moon I want it. And for some reason, it reminds me of cinnamon sugar on toast. I don't even know where that comes from, but it was lovely. It's a medium and then kind of drops down to a medium low level the longer that it's in my house during the day. And it's just a blended, gentle spice scent. Very pleasant for January. I do like to do this with walnut raisin muffin. I didn't do it the day that I had this in, but that is really, really good as a pairing. And Welcome Home tends to just stay around. So as long as it doesn't retire for fall, winter, which it never has before, but this could be the season of that. You just never know. That'll probably just be something that I reach for another bar midsummer when I'm bored of other things. Okay, and then I emptied a whole clamshell, I guess, or half, I don't remember how many cubes, of the beautiful Cozy Chai, which is in my club, staying in my club forever. This is my favorite bar outside of Cozy Fireside for something that I personally melt all year long. Other people will melt this probably only fall, winter. But this is just my happy place. It is all the chai spices plus beautiful golden caramel in the background. I didn't even know that that was in the bar until I read Scentsi's actual description. To me, it's just like creamy spices on steroids, and I love it. It was so good. Always makes me happy. All right, now you guys should be proud of me. I got brave, and I've been watching some other people's Mix-It videos, and I took on the vanilla with fluffy fleece challenge. Now you're probably just shocked at the state of what's left of my brick of fluffy fleece. Now, number 1, I don't like fluffy fleece. Number 2, I've been making samples, and I even peeled off this and then cut it down just for the name and stuck it on a bar where I made a bar size out of a lot of this so that I can pitch this faster. Fluffy fleece and I do not share much love. But the rest of this is absolutely getting mixed with vanilla bean buttercream. Now you can mix it with simply vanilla, you can mix it with vanilla cream, whatever. I have this huge brick of the vanilla bean buttercream, which isn't my favorite vanilla. Now that I have vanilla cream, I've got sugar cookie, we've got crumb top, we've got all these others. This is my least favorite, and so I figured I'll just see if these two get along, and they did. So I will happily take both of these out by mixing them with each other. So Fluffy Fleece, the thing I don't like about it is this makeup counter powder note that I get from it. I like the other half of the fragrance. It's not obnoxiously laundry like your Clothesline or your Clean Breeze, but that makeup note, just don't do it. But this knocked that out. So you got a pretty vanilla laundry smell. I enjoyed it very much, and I'm going to be mixing these until the cows come home and that brick is dead. So, all right, now, I was doing a contest in my Florida room between my two most similar caramel scents. This one lost, unfortunately, even though I love caramel buttercream in the clam, and it's a beautiful scent. It just doesn't perform. I've tried it in so many places in my house. I have a couple bars for next Christmas. In my head, I wanted this one to win because I really, really love the scent profile. It just did nothing. So I'm done babying that bar, took it out. My daughter and I had a powwow. She was good taking out that and gingerbread buttercream, shockingly. I've got a couple bars of each. And the one that's at least last man standing for now is going to be Caramel Vanilla Delight, which also has that rum note. I think it's white rum. Makes this more interesting. It's stronger. It lasts a lot longer. But I hope that Vanilla Waves comes back in the catalog. If it doesn't, I have a couple full bars of this plus some half bars. This will end up having to get the Axe 2 because I have like a top threshold on my budget, and I am already pushing that. And I still have to bring in a lot of fall winter bars. So something has to leave, and that may be one of them. But at least for now, hopefully Vanilla Waves comes back in the catalog, and I'll be able to keep that other caramel scent, and the Caramel Vanilla Delight will stay because I do like it a lot. It's really good. All right, what else was I melting? Ooh, I was doing some bakery. Shocking. So, cranberry muffin. Absolutely amazing. I got 2 bars in my last bi-monthly club order, which came last week. Oh, this is so good. It's just happiness in the clam with the cranberry and the muffin, and it's sweet. And once in a while I get this little bit of yogurt, and then it goes away again, and I'm okay. But this bar is so nice, and it's different. Cranberry and bakery is not something that I think we've ever had together, and this is an old bar. I'm so glad it came back for Bring Back My Bar as far as formula. Love it. Staying in my bi-monthly club. Extremely pleased with it. So then I decided to pair that to amp up the more muffin pastry note with almond croissant, which is in my club, staying in my club for forever. This is a rock solid, fabulous bakery bar. One of my probably top 3. So if I had to pick 3 bakery, just like plain bakery bars, if apple butter frosting is bakery rather than spice, that's my number 1. Almond croissant is number 2, and probably butter pecan would be my number 3. I love all of them. They're all in my bi-monthly club, and this bar is strong, it's solid, it's almond, it's flaky pastry, it's amazing. And I also absolutely adore Stroopwafel Delight, but I find that one I can't melt all year round quite as nicely as I can almond croissant, butter pecan, and apple butter frosting, which just, they're good any time of the year. I love them. So I did those, and then in the Florida room, I was evaluating Autumn Hearth to club or not to club. I keep saying I'm not going to club it. I don't know. This is so nice. This is just one that I melted a lot last fall. Not as much as, say, Cedar Cider, which is absolutely going in my club. It always does. But man, this one is just fighting for a spot. It is so good. So it's apple, and it's cinnamon, and it's tonka bean, and it's got this depth for an apple cinnamon scent that just makes me so happy when I melt it. It's so good. All right, what do we have left? I've got a few things that were going in the basement, and then I'll talk about the things that were in the bedrooms. So I think I had put in cashmere and corduroy in the basement when I was talking to you guys last week. I have never had a bar last so long down there. I had a crazy week, and I knew that I was going to be cleaning all the Christmas stuff up from my basement. We're having some company on Sunday, and, you know, that's always a motivator. You got to go deal with your stuff when you have new people coming over. So I got the Christmas tree down, turned everything into just like winter pine type motif instead of all the red and green and the owls and the pine cones. And, you know, you guys watch the channel, you know what it looked like. So now it's all nice and simple. But those 2 days before, I had completely ignored the basement, knowing it was going to get a complete overhaul. So cashmere and corduroy went 1, 2, 3, 4 days. maybe into the 5th, I think only 4, before you had to stick your nose in the warmers. I was floored. And because of the way our house is shaped, whatever's going in the basement will just kind of come up through the vents randomly once in a while. I smelled cashmere and corduroy for 4 days. This bar is just phenomenal. One of the absolute best scents he's ever produced, definitely in my top 10 of all time. Has fabulous scent throw, fabulous scent profile, and the longevity is exquisite. So, cashmere and corduroy, absolute golden winner for me this week. Okay, so after I got everything all cleaned up and it was all nice and new and shiny down there, I threw in a few cubes of the Mandalorian because that is just nice and fresh. So this has got the most interesting geranium, silver sage, and I don't remember what other notes are in this. This is a bar unto itself that I love. So it was beautiful. Did a great job just giving me not too springy. This is just really green, but just happy, fresh notes. And then I put in a little bit of Route 66. Also, I have one more full bar of this. And Route 66 is one of my favorite masculine scents. For spring, summer especially, it's fresh. It's got herbs, it's got musk, it's got this lightness and a little bit of sweetness that is fantastic for a masculine bar. I had it in my club for a while last summer, and then I just, took it out because I needed room for other things that I thought were more important. I would love to see this come back again for Father's Day. I would get 2 or 3 more. It's just beautiful. So really good. And then today I was doing one of my favorite wintertime mixes because I did do it all in pine trees downstairs for the next 2 months. I'm in Michigan. We actually have snow finally in January. Until the end of March, I just can't even think about flowers and sunshine because I won't see them. So I was doing my winter's hearth mix, which I had not done yet this year. So it is the around the campfire, which is just smoky, wonderful, sappy wood and embers with cinnamon bear. And these two make the most wonderful, spicy, smoky scent for the wintertime. And I just keep going up and down the stairs to change the laundry, and it's like, oh, it smells like winter wonderland down here. I love it. So then in my bedroom, I think I did a couple more cubes of Cozy Cardigan, which I did last week. This is a fantastic bathroom smell. Great for studies, good for any smaller space. And it is blushing rose, amber silk, and suede. Fantastic. Just as good as cashmere and corduroy, just not quite as strong. Another thing that I did, and I used the entire clam in my bedroom because this is such a weak bar. This is Flower Child. I love the smell. I don't even remember the notes that are in this because it was a summer bring back my bar. It's so pretty. It's so light. I literally used 8 cubes of this to get enough scent 4 in my bedroom, 4 in my Amazing Grace warmer, 4 in my Birds of a Feather warmer, but it went for 4 days when I finally jammed the warmers so that they were about ready to choke, or 3 days, something like that. It was great, but I don't have that in my club because you have to use an entire bar in a 10 by 12 space. It's ridiculous, but it was beautiful. Another day, I was doing Pear Blossom and Cucumber, which I've been flirting with keeping in the club or not. I've got 4 of them plus this, which I think is going to be enough. There's just not enough space in my club to keep it, but wow, is this nice. And this was 2 cubes in each of those warmers I just talked about, and this went for 2 or 3 days. It was beautiful. Light level, so elegant, so soothing. This Pear Blossom and Cucumber has more notes in it than you think. If you have it and you haven't warmed it, please do before it is gone at the very end of the month. I think it's fantastic. And if you like aloe water and cucumber, this is much lighter, but it's kind of along those lines. I really think it's a good bar. So, which of the green bars actually stood the test of time? Flower Shop. This thing is a powerhouse. It is unique. All 3 of us girls love it. And even though it's super strong, we like it in our bedrooms. Oh, it's good. It smells like the bucket of greens in the florist cooler with the baby's breath and the ferns, and then maybe just a couple roses. Amazing. Amazing, unique smell. It's in my quarterly, and I don't know if it'll be there for years, but it's going to be there for a while because all 3 of us totally fell in love with this. And you only need 1 cube. There's so much bang for your buck with that bar. All right, now, white, amber, and silk finally had its shining moment in our house. My older daughter, we just joked that her room is unlike anything else in this house, and it's weird. Everything smells different in her room. White, amber, and silk was phenomenal. I ordered her another bar so she could put it away. I have been okay with this. It's a beautiful laundry smell. I would love to get this in the laundry line because it's got warmth to it along with laundry. So it's almost like it's fresh and warm plus laundry, which is unique, which I do like. But it was perfect in her room. It lost that little edge that it gets in other parts of the house just because her room is unique, I guess, with its with some sort of factor. It has an older carpet that we have not replaced since we moved in. We've tried. It's a long story. So I think that might be what the difference is your carpet is your filter. My husband is a carpet cleaner by trade. I know this by heart, these things we have to explain to our customers. So something about that, this was amazing in her room. And if you have an environment like hers, I bet you fell in love with this bar. It was fabulous. So she's going to get another one that she can melt over the summer, and we'll see if this comes back in the fall. It's a new release. It should. It's very nice. And then she also tried out some more Snapdragon because she found this in one of my piles. I love this bar. It showed up in some of our flash sale bundles, so I don't know if this is coming back. I love this, but it's not a great performer, so it's not in my club. This has pink pineapple and, oh gosh, please forgive me. It's been months since I looked at the scent notes. I think this might have hibiscus and Snapdragon. It's beautiful, but it's not great on throw. So if it doesn't come back this spring, we'll just enjoy this last bar. Lovely smell. Really good for bedrooms, bathrooms, and studies. Very nice. And I think that's everything that we got through melting this week. So the date that this is going to go up is the 25th of the month, I believe. Obviously, you've only got until next Tuesday to do Bring Back My Bar. So if any of you, with whoever your consultant is, me or someone else, are still kind of playing around with finalizing a Bring Back My Bar order, please do not miss the boat on that. By February 1st, you cannot get these anymore. And then some people are thinking that they'll just roll over into a clearance. I mean, I'm just talking people in general. You might think that. They don't always show up right away. And sometimes some of these sell out well enough that you never see them again. So I'm just encouraging you, order before the end of the month or start a club or put them in your club so that you're not disappointed. Because personally, this was the most diverse and most successful Bring Back My Bar lineup I've ever experienced. And I hope that you all enjoyed it too. And then February 1st, we're going to start with the sale catalog. Everything pretty much in the catalog being 10% discount. And maybe this weekend I'll get up some of the information. There are some shockers, unfortunately, of things that are retiring besides bars. Actual products coming out of our catalog, since he's trying to soften the blow by saying that we will get some of them as limited time offers. There are 2 in the list of actual products that they're discontinuing that I'm personally really not happy about. So there will be videos on that. I really wanted to do that in conjunction with the discontinued list. So some consultants may already have this information out there for you. I will be doing those videos. I just want to have all my ducks in a row so that my information is correct and I'm not missing anything for you guys. So I'm looking forward to March, but it looks like they're going to take away a few of our favorite things and also up prices on certain unnamed things that are behind me that I've always been proud of the fact that that warmer is so inexpensive and so beautiful. I mean, they only popped it up $5, but still. So if you want an alabaster, you'll get it 10% off in February at the $30 price. Order it then. Have a great day. This is Elizabeth Quinn with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Bye-bye.